Should children wear masks in the classroom this fall? And will you need a third dose of the COVID vaccine soon? The CDC has new guidance on both of these big COVID questions. Paula.
It's not enough that a vehicle was stolen, but how about multiple vehicles victimizing the same people? And wait until you see who.
It's kind of an unsettling feeling.
I'll show you the incredible ways people are protecting their vehicles.
Now, if you want to keep your car, you need to chain your car up.
In this one neighborhood.
One day will be better than the other to get outside this weekend when the rain returns to Metro Detroit.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
First at 4, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew, and we are following several big coronavirus developments that impact you and your family. First, an update from the state on where things stand right now. Michigan is reporting 672 new cases and 26 more deaths over the last 3 days. The CDC is out with new mask guidance for students and teachers in the fall. There is big debate over whether we will need a third dose of the vaccine soon. Let's get to Kimberly Gill. She's in the newsroom to break this all down. Kim, let's start with that new mask guidance.
Yeah, Karen, so the CDC says we're at a new point in the pandemic and it's time to update those recommendations. So here's what the agency is proposing. They say students and teachers who are fully vaccinated do not need to wear masks inside the classroom, but they do recommend anyone who is unvaccinated continue to wear one. The agency wants schools to still take measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19 like social distancing and testing. Right now, the vaccines are only authorized, of course, for children 12 and older. The CDC says districts should monitor the cases and vaccination rates in their community when they make decisions on masks. So the bottom line here, though, the CDC says getting kids back in the classroom this fall needs to be a top priority. Karen?
Now, Kimberly, what about the talk of that booster shot? We're getting some mixed messages this afternoon.
Yeah, you know, and it's so frustrating and confusing, Karen. It started with an announcement from Pfizer. The company says they're going to ask for authorization for a third dose of its vaccine, saying another shot within 12 months could dramatically boost your immunity from the Delta variant. Shortly after that, though, the CDC and FDA released a joint statement, and they say if you are fully vaccinated, you do not need a booster shot at this time. The agencies say they are, quote, engaged in science-based rigorous processes to consider whether or when a booster shot might be necessary. So, Karen, the agencies say they are prepared for booster shots if and when they are needed. We will dig deeper into the issue coming up on the news tonight at 5. Until then, we'll send it back to you.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
Well, after a near 2-week closure, a stretch of I-94 in Detroit and Dearborn is back open for drivers. Sky 4 over the eastbound lanes of the interstate this afternoon from Michigan Avenue to West Grand Boulevard. I-94 was one of the multiple freeways in Metro Detroit that were closed due to damage caused by flooding last month. The westbound lanes of I-94 reopened last week. From a major freeway reopening to another closing for the weekend, we are talking about a big stretch of I-75 in Oakland County. Now, I-75 from Square Lake to 8 Mile will shut down at 11 o'clock tonight. Crews will be demolishing the 11-mile overpass and doing other bridge work. Traffic is being detoured to Woodward. I-75 will reopen before the Monday morning commute. State police are investigating after 2 SUVs are involved in a freeway shooting on I-75 in Detroit.
And he's just lost control, blocking the right lane.
Dash cam video showing troopers chasing after one of the SUVs around 2 o'clock this morning. The Chevy Equinox spun out after losing a tire near Dearborn. Investigators say a trooper heard gunfire coming from behind his vehicle, and then 2 SUVs sped past. Troopers say the Equinox has several bullet holes. Police are still searching for that second SUV. Former Macomb County Prosecutor Eric Smith in court today to determine if he will go to trial in an embezzling case. Smith is charged with 10 felonies, including racketeering, and 5 counts of embezzlement. Prosecutors say Smith spent up to $600,000 from 4 secret accounts last year. Smith pleaded guilty to federal obstruction of justice charges. Our Priya Mann has been following today's preliminary hearing, and she will have an update for us tonight at 5. About 48,000 DTE customers still have no power after Wednesday's severe storms. Andrew is in for Ben, and we are getting a break from the rain today.
Exactly right, Karen, and a good time to recover for this Friday, and for the first half of the weekend, even more time to do so. Take a look live outside, looking beautiful as we look at downtown Detroit. Look, you can count them with one hand. 1, 2, 3 clusters of clouds, and that is it. Temperatures nicely in the 70s across much of the area. One of the cooler spots closer to Lake Huron and Port Huron itself at 68 degrees. Good afternoon to you. Hello, Sandusky. You've got 71 at this hour. Warmer to our south and feeling good. Looking good, too. 77 over at Metro Airport, 79 the warm spot over at City Airport, 76 in Ann Arbor. Yes, got some boaters going by. Why not take the speedboat out? Make sure you're careful there out there on the water, of course. No drinking and driving, and make sure you have life jackets for everybody. It is 77 right now. Grab an ice cream cone for yourself and the kids and take your time in eating it. Only a few drips with 76 degrees on average late this afternoon and this evening under beautiful, mostly clear skies. Now, some rain is on the way before the weekend is over. We'll talk all about that and your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Tropical storm Elsa is arriving in the northeast today, and the area is already underwater. Ooh, look at that. Heavy thunderstorms caused flash flooding around New York City yesterday. Several subway stations were flooded, with riders having to wade through all that water. Some bridges and tunnels were also shut down this morning because of the high water. Recovery workers pull 14 more victims from the Miami area condo collapse site. The total number of confirmed dead now stands at 78. 62 people are still missing. Crews have been working for 16 straight days. No one has been found alive since the immediate hours after the 12-story building fell. Miami-Dade's grand jury is investigating. At least 6 families have filed lawsuits. President Biden signed a sweeping executive order taking aim at the tech industry, overseas shipping, and pharmaceutical industries. Some of the 72 initiatives in the order include a ban on non-compete agreements, lower drug prices, making hearing aids available to be sold over the counter, and to make internet access more affordable. The biggest theme of the order is competition. The president believes the lack of choices has led to higher prices for the average American family.
But let me be very clear. Capitalism without competition isn't capitalism. It's exploitation. Without healthy competition, big players can change and charge whatever they want.
Before signing the executive order, the president had a call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The president says the United States will take necessary actions to fight Russian influences from attacking American companies. The president says he's feeling optimistic after the call. Neighbors in one Detroit neighborhood are fed up. They are going to incredible lengths to protect their cars, and it's still not enough. Paula Tutman shows us how a recent rash of car thefts is unnerving neighbors, and it's hard to believe who they're targeting.
Well, you can certainly understand the frustration of having your vehicle stolen, but how about multiple vehicles within a matter of days, victimizing people who've really dedicated their lives to just helping others? Even if you didn't know for sure, it would be a pretty good guess that the people who live in this house in the 700 block of Atkinson on Detroit's west side are people who care about others. Start with a blessing box in front of the house that feeds hungry passersby. That's just a clue. But in the last 10 days, the Felician sisters, who run various ministries throughout Detroit with clothing and food giveaways, including the Deo Gratias Cafe and Food Bank, these nuns have been the victims of not one, but 2 car thefts.
Sister Felicity came out on Monday morning ready to go and pick up some items for our ministry, and her car was gone. And we didn't believe it at first. Kept looking up and down the street thinking, surely it's still here.
10 days later, the other Dodge Caravan got heisted.
They stole my minivan, which was the same make, and from the same place in the yard.
Neighbors in this community say it is not unusual for the neighborhood.
You need to dig a hole. You need to get some very heavy chain, pour concrete in the hole, and mount the chain in the hole. And then you make the chain long enough to wrap around the frame, and you put a huge lock on it. And then your car will usually be there in the morning.
And the car thieves seem to be pretty brazen about it.
Oh God, within, let's say a week, probably 5 or 6. I have to park on the street because My home does not come with the driveways.
Detroit police say they don't see a rash in this particular neighborhood, but they do believe neighbors can help catch whatever's going on.
We know that there are door ring bell cameras in this neighborhood, and they could be used as assets to catch these people who are victimizing this neighborhood. So we want people to speak up, Paula. If they have information, come forward, and we're here to serve.
While the sisters do have insurance, they still lost items used in their ministries.
The big box of face masks that we had just received, 1,000 face masks that we were going to send to our sisters in Haiti, because right now they have a desperate need of face masks because of COVID.
And even with insurance, there are out-of-pocket costs that take away from their various ministries while they wait to be able to replace their vans.
We transport many donations, so often furniture, big boxes of things.
And even with forgiving and understanding hearts to their very souls, they say this:
Give us our cars back?
Just stop targeting people who need their vehicles.
Right.
You know, just find another way to make a livelihood.
Paula Tupman, Local 4.
Now, police tell Local 4 that, well, they say this area does not show up as a hot spot. After our report, they say they have additional patrols, also some undercover officers they can place into the community. Before you make dinner, you definitely want to hear about a big recall that's getting bigger, why millions of pounds of chicken are being pulled from store shelves. And this 14-year-old girl just made history when she won the Scripps National Spelling Bee. But wait until you see her other talent that landed her 3 Guinness World Records. But first, what caused dirt and debris to start falling off a cliff right near campers at Yosemite National Park? That's next.